Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for kickoffs and kick-ons.
Levi loves those style shoes with the Velcro, but he hates the sound of Velcro. Every time it makes him go, but he loves the look. So he'll...
Can he do up your shoelaces?
Yeah, he will, but like that. And then when it's on, he's all good again.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Funny phobia.
Weird.
Mate of mine has a shocking phobia of marshmallows.
Really?
Yeah, if you go anywhere near.
You're kidding.
No, so we took Rocky Road over to the house. I didn't know. And then I went...
What, the size of it? Not even like
the
in his
size,
teeth
the texture.
How do you have a phobia of marshmallows?
He was freaking out. I had to sit and pick all the marshmallows out.
I don't like squeaky
He was taking the
sand.
piss.
Oh, I just think it's so silly.
You know squeaky sand? I just like...
Oh,
I had my little
I don't like
chalkboard thing.
sucking fabric when someone sucks on fabric.
Oh, yeah.
Prof.
Yeah, can't
It's good to be back on a Friday morning.
Yeah. How was everybody's week? What did
mate,
you get up to?
Fucking
during
went
the
pretty
week?
quickly.
Yeah. How was work, Drew? Did you nail it this week?
Yeah,
A few
big,
sales.
Big week. Yeah, big week.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's still Monday, Harvey, fellas.
Oh, is it?
Sorry. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Fuck, that would have been nice. Imagine that just jumped straight to a Friday morning.
Nothing done. What would you
you know
have
what?
hoped
I'd
had
hate
happened?
it. I'd hate it. Because you know what Drew and I have been working on a lot lately? Well, I have. He doesn't want a bar of it because you can't tell this bloke what to do. Stillness. Slowing things down, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's big on stillness. I'm like, there's a time for stillness.
He's fucking hating it.
But
He's
every-
stillness when you try and get ready for work.
Everywhere we're going, he's like 300 strides back, behind, and then he'll go, oh, I've got to get my glasses. I'm like, come on, bro, like, we've got to go. Yeah, bro, calmness, stillness.
So are you just sitting and just being calm and still?
Just taking your time.
And what, are you thinking about stuff? Or
You're supposed to embrace what you're thinking about and just park
No,
it, mate.
which I endorse. It's a good thing, and he's embracing it. But when he says, mate, we've got to go because I've got to get here by this time, and then he's still and calm, I'm like, that makes no
Yeah,
sense.
you can't get into your work meeting and you're 30 minutes late. You say, hey, who are you trying to close? Stillness, mate. Just practice. Just take it easy. We'll get to the deal.
man. So is it all about the moment? You're all about just living in the moment rather than looking.
I don't know, mate. I'm still
Basically,
trying
it
to
just
work
gives
out
an
what it
excuse
means.
for being lazy and slow.
I like it.
Welcome to the KOKO Show. It is Friday morning. We've all had a great week. This is
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, it is
To all you
too.
lovers.
Hey, let's go pop a padlock somewhere, guys. Should we find a bridge and?
Do you get into Valentines? I've never done it.
No, not really.
Oh, it's a classic, hard to say.
I've always forgotten about it.
Yeah.
Oh, forgot about it again.
Yep. Here we are.
You've got a whole day.
Do I?
You?
Well, you've actually got 4 days. No, I don't. I think it's a bit of marketing.
Yeah, but surely it's not
Bit of
that
a
hard to
wind-up,
give
you
your
reckon?
wife a
I
bunch
do-
of flowers
Why
to
do
say.
they have to tell me the day to do it?
Yeah, but you don't do it at all.
Exactly. 'cause
Bianca
they're
helps-
telling me when to do it.
Bianca helps herself anyway.
No, yeah.
She'll jump online by herself for Gucci because you're
Exactly.
such a bitch
You're
anyway.
welcome.
You know what?
No, and then I come home.
Why what
so
you
how
want,
was that?
Frank? Yeah.
Do you
Works.
do? But what about Christmas or Halloween? 'Cause
Yeah,
they're all...
Halloween. It's now starting to get big back in Australia, I think.
Yeah.
So the kids love that. So we do that.
What about
and it's
just-
a dress up. I like dressing up.
What about just like a nice little heartfelt card to say, Bianca, I appreciate you. I'm grateful for all that
considering
you
this
do.
is Friday, I already did that because Tuesday is a birthday, and we went out for a great lunch.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then
Got
what
a
happened?
Present. Well, classic, hard to say. We probably picked the kids up and nothing happened.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know yet.
Okay.
because it's Monday afternoon. Her birthday's tomorrow.
This is all very confusing.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're a rugby show. If you're wondering, if you've just tuned in, we talk rugby union. On the show on Monday, we went pretty heavy on the Six Nations summation. It was a wonderful time. Swoop won the quiz. Just to update you, he's doing very well. And this episode, I promised everybody we would deep dive into the Superb Rugby, which starts today. Very exciting season coming up. Swoop, if I remember your bold predictions at the start of the year, you predicted 2 Australian teams in the final.
State of origin vibe, he said.
State of origin vibes.
And where did you predict the Brumbies?
Third.
Yeah.
Third.
Just by 14 competition points. Not much at all.
So what we'll do for you Aussie rugby fans now, we're going to go through each side. I love this at the start of the season. The ins, the outs, the whys, the what fors. Gents, I've asked you each to sort of predict to pick one of the teams that you played for.
Yep.
And then to focus on that. I know, Drew, you played for all 4?
Not all 4, no. I
You didn't do the Brumbies.
You didn't do the Brumbies. Apologies.
Well, we
So,
may as well start with who's going to win the competition, the WARATAHs.
very good. So do you mind, Tom, if you just bring up the WARATAHs squad there?
Some big additions.
Oh, yeah. You reckon?
Can you
Thank
talk
you,
me
ARU.
through them? Do you know them? I've got
Yep.
them written
Well,
right
I mean, the
here if you
names-
want to
yeah,
write
well,
there.
you
Key
go.
additions.
Joseph Sua'ali'i.
Nailed it.
I mean, and shit, going with some form that we all witnessed from the autumn series the end of last year. I mean, if he's that competitive for the majority of the season, like, he's going to have a big influence on the hunger of the blokes around him. And I think that's just what I guess the Tahs they've had some talent there. They've just struggled to piece it all together, whether it's injuries or just confidence or momentum. But with the additions of Joseph, we've got the bomber, who's growing in confidence each go.
Taniela, keep going. Who else
Robbie
you got?
Ota,
Rob Liotta, yeah.
Yeah.
Kellaway.
Keep going. Yeah.
Kellaway,
Keep going. Yeah.
Crichton,
Yeah.
Lawson Crichton. I think he's a nice little option too at 10, like a good backup 10. I think
Cleary, maybe. Halfway through the year, you could get him.
he's potentially.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we won't say no.
No, I know you won't.
but
But if you don't win this year, like, seriously.
key outs, doesn't matter because they're out. New coaching stuff. Actually, Drew and I were talking about, we're spending a lot of time with each other, Drew, and the conversations have been beautiful. And one of them was Dan McKellar.
Yeah.
And obviously he's a little short stint overseas, but he did quite well with the Brumbies. And I think it's just a matter for them to be successful. It's about how well he gels with the team. And Sydney's a tough one because the Tahs, whether it's the geographic kind of challenge of catching up with each other to kind of forge those extra bonds outside the training times, or just that kind of back-to-back inspiration from, because Super Rugby it's a tough competition. It's physically demanding, and to be there anyway at the end, you've got to manage your team well. You've got to go in with you've got to maintain confidence. You've got to progress the skill sets and the mindsets throughout the year. So Dan's got a huge job. One that he's certainly capable of, but you know that connection with the playing group, because there are a lot of new additions as well, and new additions, not just new additions, but like a lot of experience in those new additions. So can he get everyone on the same page and maximise the time that he has with them during the week? Because you're only there for a certain couple of hours. Well, in the grand scheme of things, like a short amount of time together. So
What position did you think Dan McKellar used to play?
is this trivia? A little bit.
I'd say back row, maybe.
Fullback.
Prop.
What?
I used to play against him. He was first grade prop for Souths up in Queensland, the Queensland Premier.
Man, that's a curveball.
Yeah. Prop.
How'd he go?
I fucking run rings around him.
Was he a big man?
He was a big arm man than he is now. But yeah, he was. No, look, he held his set piece down. He was pretty strong. But after that, I used to point him out and counter attack.
Yeah.
See you later. Mip, mip.
Yeah.
Also, you mentioned key outs. Who cares? They're gone. But like, it's worth noting, like Dylan Peach, Parisi, Nwanga Tuasi, Ned Hennigan, Jed Holloway, Lockie Swinton, Will Harrison, Harry Johnson Holmes. Like that's a pretty big sort of out.
Mate,
It is a big out,
I
but they'll
can't
be back.
believe how
be
the
back,
AU
they'll be
managed to still get a squad together for you guys. But they did. With all those
What we
outs.
do,
So
good.
tough. So tough on you
He's
guys.
very bitter, isn't he?
He's salty.
Just because no one wanted to go to Canberra, he's filthy on these blokes making the decision of
we're
what's
happy
best for
where
them.
we're at. We are more than happy. I just think it's I don't think it's fair. Is all I'm saying.
I don't. How are you proposing that it's unfair?
Well, do you reckon the leftover players from the Rebels were evenly sent out?
Oh, I think that the leftover players from the Rebels were able to pick where they would want to go first and foremost.
Yep.
And then,
And every one of them wanted to go to Sydney.
well, no, because if we'll get to the other teams, Matt. There's
Yeah,
a
okay.
few have gone to the other teams.
Yeah, no worries. Sorry, I'm just reading this and it just seems very one-sided. But I wish them well.
But they're the additions, I guess, just to kind of.
So from that there, they got 6 players
Yeah, look, they're
from
out.
the Rebels.
Doesn't matter.
Out of 32.
Let's kind of
Yeah,
wrap
who
up
were
this
they?
little WARATAHS squad.
Lancaster, Kellaway,
Intro.
Tupou, Leota, and Kylea.
Just squad.
I think
Feels right.
I saw a nice little interplay from their trials. It kind of got me excited. It was like Joey Walton to Max Jorgensen to
Kellaway.
Kellaway to the bomber who finished down the edge. Like, that's pretty exciting.
Who was their second trial? They played Brums first up. Do they have another one?
No, I
last
don't
week?
think any of them.
Oh, they had like a one before the Brumbies one against New South Wales Pacifica.
Oh, yeah.
They probably just had one of those internal kind of
Yeah.
clashes on them
Yeah.
on Saturday. But
There you go. That was fine-tooth comb stuff, Swoop.
Well, I do also have here that there is a what's drawing off the back of this. Would you like to do that? We've got a little sting lined up. Do you mind if we roll the sting in?
Sure. Roll the sting.
What's Drewin?
One of my favourites, that one.
It's where do we play Joseph Sua'ali'i? I just think if we're looking at the bigger picture here, the bigger picture being the Lions in July, Joe Schmidt and the Wallaby staff identified 13 as Joe's position, played him against all 4 home nations last year. Well, not all 4 because he didn't play all 4 games, but played him at 13, right? And now he's come back to the Waratahs. Dan McKellar has different ideas, playing him at fullback. And now, because of the team that you picked, you've got outside backs, Tristan Riley, Kellaway, Jorgensen, Lancaster and Sua'ali'i to fit into 3 positions, as opposed to if you put Sua'ali'i where in the preferred position of the Wallabies head coach at 13, then it means you get more of your better players in the starting
So
7.
who will be the centres then? If he
Well, I mean, I guess there's Joey Walton, there's Lalakai Feketi. And
Fiketti's a 12, isn't he?
yeah, but he
forget he'd be 12, yeah.
played a little bit. So, like, they
Joey
lost
Walton
Izzy
maybe
Parisi, right?
13.
Like, there's a good opportunity for Joseph just to slip into that 13. But, again, for the bigger picture, if he then finishes this Super Rugby season and then goes to the Lions series and then plays 13, I just think this is where we need to have that centralised alignment, and then they need to be able to go, I'm sorry, Dan, but for the bigger picture of the Lions series, we want Joseph Sua'ali'i, our highest paid player, to be played in the position where we see him having the most impact.
Drew, I'm with you.
But
However,
Yeah.
could there have been not a but. However, could there have been a conversation between a Joe Schmidt and Dan McKellar saying, "Hey, we like him at 13. We've seen it. How do we improve in such a short amount of time his ability to play 13 in terms of defensive awareness, attacking
you're only going to
opportunities?"
improve that by being in it.
Well, mate, like sometimes being outside that position gives you a greater understanding of what's required
that
in
position
position.
requires, yeah.
So, and the one out is potentially one out is.
I mean, I
fullback.
guess we won't know until
Yeah,
what
I know
happens.
that,
but I just, like, there was a comment there. He's like, I'm not going to let Joe dictate where I pick my players or something. That may
Along
not be
those
verbatim,
lines,
but
yeah.
something along those lines. But I just think in this moment, the bigger picture is the Lions. And if the head coach of the Wallabies wants him at 13 or sees him as a 13,
Yeah.
then wouldn't it be for the betterment of everyone to play him there longer?
I suppose with the Brums it could be similar because you'll have Lenny at 13, but he was playing well at 12 in the end of season tour because you've got Tamati Tour that was 12 last year.
Mate, at the end of the day, you know what it's like when you go back into club football. You do anything you can to win that championship. Like, I mean, that's what their eyes are on.
Yeah, I'm sure
But
that's
I'm
what
also
Joseph, that's how
saying,
Joseph's
I'm also saying
approaching it, but-
Sua'ali'i at 13 will give them the best chance because then you get
Fair.
a Kellaway, Jorgensen, Lancaster and Riley more time on the field. All of them will be in the 23, whereas if Joe plays at 15, one of those guys will miss out.
He's probably also then looking at it like, who's going to miss out of Joey Alton and Lalakai Feketi? No, they've been.
I just
pretty
think
good.
we've got more depth in the outside backs than we do in the midfield.
So if you start in Sua'ali'i at 13,
Yeah.
who's your 15?
Kellaway or
Not
Jorgensen.
Jorgensen?
Yeah.
Oh, one of the two.
Either one of those two. I mean, pretty
Probably
interchangeable.
Kellaway, wouldn't
Yeah.
It's a shit up back three.
It's a shit hot team. Like, they don't win.
They're
It's a bit like Scotland.
Well,
if they don't win this time,
Well, yeah. I mean, that was the old show. I
I'm
can't
backing them to
remember all the
win,
way back
but
to Monday, but
the betting agencies aren't. They've got them at $19. Talk
Have
about
they?
money for honey, son.
who's the money for honey? Who's the favourites?
Blues, I think.
Are they?
Yeah, they won the final by like 40, didn't they, last year?
They're
Yeah.
$1.10.
Yeah, that's good. It's good odds. Get on that. Let's move to your Brumbies.
Yeah. Oh, don't do that.
Your
You
beloved
Brumbies.
Brumbies. Obviously, 2 titles they've won. 01, 04. Finished third in
Or in the
2024.
2021.
Oh, that doesn't count.
No,
Because
if you
it's
actually...
four-
yeah, I
five
don't think it
teams.
does.
Oh, it doesn't count? Okay.
Well, I don't think it does.
All right, we'll let them know then. Take that off the...
Well, do you think, would you, if you were playing and you only won an Aussie conference and you claim that as a super title, the same weight that you won a super title?
Absolutely.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
You were telling me, mate, it's fucking Mickey Mouse.
And no, that was that guy. I don't even say Mickey Mouse.
You can see your key additions. Would you like to run through them there, Goit? I've got them on the bit of paper here as well if you'd like to swing it around.
No, go through it.
There you go. Give them to Goit.
All right, come
Yeah,
pass
mate.
them along. Thank you.
Addition, ins, outs, the who's, the what's, fors, the whys. Give it to me. I love it.
Right, I think, well, ins and outs. We can see them on the slide here. I don't need to be going through those. What we do and what we believe in is the people in Canberra.
Can you give them to Drew? Drew, can you read just one?
It's
the key additions. Can you read them for me?
Tuina Tali Tualima. He's a good player. Tualima. That kid can play. Who else? The centre, David Felawai.
Yep.
And Feo Fotueka from Lyon. He's come back.
Well done on the pronunciation, bro.
Yeah, very good.
I mean, again, but you guys got some big outs as well. McInerney, Swain.
Yeah.
Oh, Tamati
Drewin,
Tua, there you go. He did go to Exeter. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. He was 12 last year, so potentially Len could even beat a 12, but I just don't know who you play at 13.
Oh, you probably play. They probably play Ollie Saps at 13.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've trialled well. So they played the WARATAHS 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Didn't have any of their Wallabies playing. I don't know how many actually played in the last trial game against the Force when they played at Maris there.
45-12.
Yeah, it was pretty convincing, I think, from all reports. My son was there. It was at his school. So Joe Roth organised that. Good thing for the community because we didn't get any World Cup games. I'm not sure if you knew about that.
So no Rebel players and no World Cup games. It's not going great.
But we just keep digging in.
You do.
We dig deep.
You do dig deep. I'll give you that.
Well, I think what Swoop touched upon, the challenges with the WARATAHS, being in Sydney, geographically, like catching up with everyone is tough. I think that's the benefit of being in Canberra, is that everyone is quite tight-knit. They all live around the same area. They all hang out. So you do have that, I suppose, more closer club feel in the Brumbies. And there's also that chip a little bit where way back.
A little bit?
Well, mine's a big bit. I've got a big chip.
You've got a big chip.
But I learnt that chip off your Gregan Larkham and all that. I reckon Bernie's chip would be bigger than mine.
Oh, yeah.
He's got one of the great chips. You would love to chew on his chip, Swoop. You love a chip. But I think, so initially when the Brumbies were put together, they were all outcast, not from not wanted in Queensland or New South Wales. But that's where that Tahs week becomes such a big one in Canberra. Little sidetrack there. But yeah, the season, we're expecting big things. I think the pre-season's been tough, but not stupid tough. They've had a lot of fun. They went and did like an army camp that wasn't your silly army camp, but they got to actually mix and have a bit of fun. So I think it's been a pretty well-balanced pre-season, so I'm expecting big things.
So you go.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I mean, like as much as we joked about not getting as many players in the Rebels and all that, I think one thing that the Brumbies have been really good at for a long time is the consistency of their squad. And whilst they're not maybe getting some headline guys, what they do have is just a good understanding of each other and how each other play, but the coaches have a good understanding of what his players can do. And so then they just, they know what they've got and they go out there and they know not only what they got, but again, to your Six Nations review of the first episode, they just got clarity in their role. Like they just look like a team. Always when the Brumbies go out there to play, they just know what their roles are. They don't try and do anyone else, or don't try and do more than what they need to do, but everyone just knows their roles and they go out there and execute it well. So maybe that speaks to just the consistency and continuity of their squads as well.
Yeah, I think also off the back of the tour, Noah Lolasio found some great form playing for his country, so he'll come back with extra confidence. Tom Wright as well.
Bobby Valentine at the back,
yeah,
mate.
Bobby as well.
So you got plenty of Wallabies. So it finished third last year, went down to the Chiefs in the semi-final.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep.
How does Bernie get him to go one better, make it to that final? What's he got to do?
I think...
Well, you want to go two better, don't you? Make the final, win it.
Okay, three better. Make the final, win it, and then go back to back.
Yeah, the third one I can't talk on, but I think where they let themselves down last year was probably travel. You know, every time they went to New Zealand, they just didn't put in the same performance that they did at home. So I think it's just finding that consistency and being able to do that week to week. And I think that's where, if they're able to be more consistent throughout the Super rounds, then we'll get home games in the finals.
Swoop, you obviously former Brumbie player, one of the all-time greats. Are you looking at that squad and thinking
it's a good squad? Like they'll do really well. They'll be up there. What I'm interested to know is how that coaching, Stephen Larkham and his assistant coaches, how that coaching staff's broken up. Like what are the roles there? Obviously, Bernie likes to have a grip on most things, but I'm assuming that Johnny Allouge will run scrum and
scrum line out set piece. Yep.
Oh, so he's doing line outs as well. Because what's Benny Moen doing? Is he defense?
I think he was defense. Yes.
BD.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, similar to last.
It just seems lean, but then I kind of
but
I think Lord comes in every now and then. I don't know if he can add actually anything anymore, Laurie.
But it only seems lean as to where it is now. Like it's almost like most teams have gone too far and have too many coaches, too many voices. True. Like this could be the new. You know, we keep saying it comes back in cycles. Could go back to this. Simplify the messaging. Yeah,
Luigi could be looking after breakdown as well. I don't know the ins and outs.
One of the great men, Johnny Luigi.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Let's go across the country. The Western Force. Two of the former greats sitting with us here. Biv and Gord, I asked you to both take a look at it. They finished 10th last year. Their most recent trial against the Brums, they went down 45-12. Biv, do you want to start us off? There's some key additions there.
Yeah, some key ones. The Doctor, Tommy Robertson, Harry Johnson-Holmes. So front row is getting bolstered. Tommy Robinson, Harry Johnson-Holmes, Brennan Payne-Gramoso, and then Darcy Swain is a big one from the Brumbies in the locking position. Dylan Peach from the Waratahs. Mac Greeley as well. He played at fullback on the weekend. He's a good young fella. Actually doing a little bit of work with Mac throughout the year.
Proctor's a big one too.
Yeah, and then also, Matt Proctor. So he can play as well. So some big ins. Some outs there as we've seen. Madrano from Argentina. Fletty Kaitu'u, Chase Tiatia, Tangeli Naivoro, who we didn't even actually see him play last year, but Henry O'Donnell, Tom Franklin, Isaac Rodder, Michael Wells, and Sam Spink has gone back to England. But
I reckon they'll miss T. Frank and Rodder there. They were pretty big for him last year.
They were big only because they were heavily depleted. Like Cronny was struggling to get some locks, and those boys came in late in the piece too. Isaac came back from the was Isaac Premiership or top 14.
Maybe came a bit later.
And Tommy Franklin was basically straight from France or US.
US, yeah.
And they were pretty. Well, they're pretty flat. I mean, they were exhausted. But when you say they are in terms of the experience and potential, the contributions around the game. But I don't think they'll miss them too much because
they've got Jeremy Williams, who was really big for the Wallabies last year. You've got Jeremy Williams, you've got Darcy Swain, you've got Sam Carter there for experience as well.
Yeah. I do love how Cronny can
zoom that in a bit there, Tommy, please.
Put together a squad. Like Cronny's he knows exactly how he wants to play. And you can see a couple of those key ins where he knows he needs to be strong.
Yep.
Actually, Nick Dolly's another one. Is a hooker. I think he came late last year, but he's from the UK, Aussie boy, but from the UK. He's in the hooking position. Have a look for him. He's long blonde locks. I think he's sort of almost backing himself to.
They've also got a
contention for the Wallabies.
They've got a wizard in.
Yeah, they've got Harry Potter. Look, they've got a good squad.
Yeah, I think
Curly Beale as well. He's been a late addition.
Are we back in Beale
over the Christmas? Yeah, I mean he won't be playing probably until maybe March, April after he recovers from his Achilles rupture. But I think he's run on the Ultra G this week, so he's certainly on his way back.
He had a very good combo with
Benny Donaldson,
last year. I think that's where they were really click.
The thing for these guys as well, I mean, the one thing I don't already like hearing and seeing is that they're talking about their tough travel and the tough draw.
Well, that's just your mate Nick White.
Yeah, but I just even hearing about it now, like it can't be an issue. Like, there's actually more travel if you're playing for France than there is or more difficult travel than there is in Super Rugby because you're on a bus for 10 hours the day before a game. These guys will fly business or premium economy to New Zealand, and then it's a week before. You've got plenty of time to acclimatise.
Whitey said, we've been kind of stitched up with the draw. You feel like, given where the furthest away that travel should come into consideration there, I feel like there could have been a more efficient way.
Look, I don't disagree with it. I don't disagree with it, but I just don't think it should be coming from anyone within that group. Like, you don't want anyone to sort of see that you're already seeing that as a problem.
Yeah.
Like, you almost think, okay, that's a fucking challenge. Let's take that on.
How tough is that travel compared to previous
years? Let's get Whitey on. We'll ask him.
Yeah. Because even when we were there, the New Zealand travel is tough from Perth. You're used to just doing a 3-hour trip. From there, it's like 7 hours and 4 hours time difference. So it does mess with you a little bit, that one. So if they're going back and forth to New Zealand, maybe. No, but I'm just saying, maybe if they're going back and forth, then that's not right. Maybe you should get them there and get them 3 games against New Zealand, then come home.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably a better way to do it, but that's just how it is. So, like,
it is.
You just got to take it on. Yeah.
I think Whitey just got overwhelmed by all the numbers that were in his contract. When he signed for such big wedge that he forgot the fine print around that he's living on the other side of the world and he might have to travel a little bit longer than other players in other teams. So, Nicholas,
check your bank balance and just be happy.
That's it, man. Just relax. Upgrade
what is it?
yourself
Be
up the
still.
front. Turn left.
Be still.
Talk to Gits. Yeah, stillness.
Calmness.
Be stillness up in first class, mate. You've got enough wedge in the bank. Fucking shut up.
Force, will they make the finals, gents, as we move on?
Yeah, I think they'll
Yeah.
giving it a shake. Absolutely.
Beauty.
Absolutely.
And?
I'm still thinking about how Whitey's still whinging. What was the question?
Will they make the
Will they
finals?
make the finals?
It's top 6 this year.
Yeah, they will. They're fourth. They're coming fourth.
81.
So
81.
Money.
so 1, 2, 3, 4 Aussie sides.
They're giving money away. Sports bet. Is that or 365?
I don't know.
Don't mention
I don't know.
it.
They're all dog
Mention
shit.
them all. They can give us cash. Right, finally, the mighty Reds, Biv, one of Queensland's favourite sons. Mate, would you like to do the key additions? Last year they finished 5th. They were a great side. We were shouting the Reds names all year.
Yep.
2011, they've won a title. They got plenty of Rebels players there.
Yeah, they've got a few Rebels boys. So Matty Gibbon, Lucan Salakai Loto, Josh Canham, Filippo Dungunu. Jeez, that's a good pickup. Lockie Anderson, Mason Gordon. And also Jeremiah Murray from the Crusaders has come across. So big outs. The biggest one probably there's probably a couple of big ones. Jordan Pataya, but also James O'Connor. He's gone across to the Crusaders. Penny Ravai he's gone to the Drua. Mac Daly. Suliasi Vunivalu's gone over to France. I think he's playing in La Rochelle at the moment, actually. Yeah.
Gee, that was kept quiet.
Yeah, I think he sort of just exited stage left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, one thing I like about their lead up to this season is they're just going on an old school tour. They've gone up to Bristol and they've played in Ulster. Just to start remember we used to, when Super Rugby was South Africa, you used to like a tour early in the competition because it brings you together and you get the little wry smile. But it just brings you together. Like you're on tour 24/7, you're rooting with each other. You just you get that connection piece early in your season. These guys have got that before the season even kicks off. They've gone up into the UK, seen some amazing sights, ticked off some life stuff, but then also gone and had 2 pretty good performances against Bristol and against Ulster. Impressive, like with where they're at. Now they get to come home. They've got a week. The first week they've got a bye, so
they're coming in with Schmidt hot form.
Yeah,
I don't know. Do you think that our tour overseas brought us closer together?
Yeah,
or?
absolutely.
What do you mean?
I mean, us together.
You three, definitely.
Yeah, you're part of the outs.
Ins, the outs, the Y's. 82-21. They gave it to Bristol.
Yeah,
Bristol.
Britzel.
The Britzels.
Those
The Britzels.
bloody Britzels.
And then
that's Fritzel's cousin.
the Reds, 38 over Ulster, 31.
Oh, mate, they're
They got
Give him
shit
the
hot at
title.
the moment. Yeah.
Will Liner be 10, you think? He'll start 10?
I'd say so.
They started McLaughlin Phillips.
Harry McLaughlin Phillips. Yeah.
right.
I mean, they're just having a look at everyone, but I mean, they've got they've got a pretty deep squad as well.
Yeah, I didn't realise how strong their squad was till you look at it.
Yeah.
Big year for the Reds ahead. Very exciting. And, geez, I love seeing a pack Suncorp.
I mean, James
Bloody
O'Connor's
good
looking pretty good too over in
Yeah.
Crusaders. It's been nice to
Absolutely.
sort of see him
Yeah,
wearing
he looked fit, didn't he?
in the 10 jersey, kicking for goal and just doing his thing over there. And obviously he's got Kiwi heritage as well, so a good way for him to wrap up his footy. But hopefully we
I really
see James
respect
do
that
well.
move from Rabs.
Yeah,
I think that's awesome.
yeah.
Like, it takes a lot of brass to be
Yeah,
able to do that.
absolutely. Yeah.
You know, I guess with his history of injuries just over the last couple of years, like he's really had to look after himself to stay on the field. And then to go over there and compete with, I guess, other Crusader talent to give himself a shot, man, that's
I reckon he'll
lot of courage.
do a better hucker than Lee Halfpenny too.
You'd hope
Discounts,
so.
huh? Oh man, that was
it'd be interesting to see what he comes back with. I mean, I no doubt they'll be kind of tapping into kind of Rabs' IP, but like it'd be cool to have a conversation with Rabs after the year and see how things are done differently over there.
Yeah.
Now, last week I asked you guys to pick the winner of the Superb Rugby. Has anything changed there? I think you were Blues, and you were...
That was last year, wasn't it?
No,
Or
last
did we-
week I asked you, yeah.
Did I say that?
I think you said the Blues.
Did I say Blues?
I would have thought I would have said Brumbies. Like,
No, you didn't ask. What?
I didn't... Are you sure? I didn't, in the bold predictions, I didn't say the winner of the Super Rugby
no, my
is-
bold.
Yeah.
I think
You said Tahs.
New
I
South
thought you
Wales
said
Blues.
Blues. Oh, you're talking about the origin. Hey, guys, let me do this.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the Super Rugby this year?
Brumbies.
Okay.
It'll be tough.
Oh, like Gits said, if the WARATAHS don't win it this year, with the
Tahs.
squad they've got.
Swoop.
Tahs.
Beautiful. We'll come back and we'll visit that. It is round 1. Let's race through this just for people that want to hear your opinions. Crusaders Hurricanes kick us off on Valentine's Day tonight. Crusaders or Hurricanes?
I'm going to go with man of the match for James O'Connor in his first game.
Oh, like
Crusaders.
that. Yeah. I'll go Crusaders as well.
Swivel.
Saders.
Tahs Highlanders. Isn't that a great way to kick it off over here?
Tahs.
Tahs.
Yeah.
Tahs. The Drewin Brumbies.
Yep.
In Fiji.
Yeah, that's
Tough one to start.
very, very tough.
I'm going to go Brumbies, though.
Yes, Brumbies.
Brumbies.
Will it be a wet one?
Don't know.
I hope so.
It'll be a stinker.
Hope they're slipping and sliding. Blues Chiefs.
Oh, that's a spicy game.
Spicy.
That is a grand final replay.
I'm going to go the Blues.
Blues.
Yeah, no Satiti.
Oh, yeah.
He's out for the
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Blues.
Blues.
Very good. And finally, the Force take on Moana. Ooh, you
Force.
like Moana early.
Force.
Going to have to go the Force.
Beautiful. And you, Swibble.
Force.
So we've just picked all 4 Aussie teams getting... Oh, no, 3, because Reds aren't playing.
That's right. They've got the bye. They'll get that win there. All right. That was a very comprehensive,
Wasn't it?
superb rugby preview. Guys,
Yeah.
you 3 of the great pundits.
You're good too.
Thank you, mate.
you asked the right
Those
questions.
sexy stats, mate, gave me quarter
I'd
blood.
like the stats to get a little sexier, though.
Yeah, that's the stats.
I reckon if
don't know
you're
how
going to call them sexy stats, maybe you put on something sexy when you pull them out.
Oh, we
Yeah.
can put some sexy
Now we're
music on.
talking.
No, it's
Music
some lingerie.
and the lingerie.
And
And I can do
also,
a long cigarette.
and get some Hotox.
some what?
Never
Whole
mind.
talks.
Go home and Google it.
I will. Okay. Look, we enjoyed that segment. That was wonderful. It's times now we've got to keep the NHLs happy. So just to finish this little Friday episode, we are now going to do the Locked In Lines. Roll the sting. Basic concept of the segment is we, over the next 12 weeks, will pick the 37-man squad. We're thinking it's 37, might be 33, might be 35, but we'll just pick it as we go.
Yep.
The idea is that just keep bringing it in. Thanks, Tommy. Tommy's just bringing a whiteboard in. The idea being you 100% can guarantee that this person should pack their swimmers, should
Tommy, put it here.
should do, yeah, good idea. Pop it between. Tommy's just popping for those listening, Tommy's just popping the whiteboard between Swoop and Biv, they're going to fill it in.
Oh, he doesn't want to write.
No, because he can't spell.
Yeah.
No, well, what about you do the reveal? If you think you write someone in
And then
and then reveal who it is.
Okay, that's good. Each of you, very good. So the idea is, yes, this player that watches this show, they can book their Airbnbs, they can go and they can book their Great Barrier Reef tour. They can, work out
Pack their budgies.
work out the ghost tour in the rocks, all that stuff. You are ready to go when these blokes say it. I'm going to come to you first, Swoop. Who is your locked in line?
Marcus Smith.
We said to write it and then reveal, but that's okay.
We didn't speak into the microphone, so no one knows.
Yeah.
Just say it into the mic for us.
Marcus Smith.
Very good. Marcus Smith,
Really?
the current England, I'm going to say fullback
Well, he is, yeah.
Based-
Incumbent.
on the weekend. Gents, do you agree? Pack your bags, pack your togs.
I think you'll definitely be in the squad.
Yeah. What do they take? Probably 3 10s?
Yeah, but he's got the ability to cover a
To
couple.
cover, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to be in contention. I don't know if he's a lock, but apparently he is. No,
Okay.
he's a lock.
He's a lock. Okay, congrats, Marcus.
10.
Just grab your microphone, mate.
Go, Drew. He's up there.
Okay, I'll go up next.
Drew, you're next.
Oh, you want me to write it for you?
No, this is what we'll do.
Just hold. If you can hold your. Here we
Yeah,
go.
I've got you.
And Drew is writing on the whiteboard for those of you listening. This is
Don't
wonderful.
you reveal, Swoop.
This is great podcasting. Okay. Hey, that's interesting.
Okay, so I've gone a big one. Owen Farrell.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so that's who I think. That's my, I guess, hesitation about Marcus Smith being a lock was only because I was picking a 10 also. But Owen Farrell obviously not being eligible for England at the moment, but playing in France.
He's injured at the moment too.
Yeah, but I just think that it's going to be like a grinding series and a gritty, like you're going to have a tough kind of customer. And I just think that the way that Owen Farrell would lead around the park, I think he's experienced in big games. I think he would be someone.
What's his relationship like with the coach?
I think it's a pretty good relationship with the
It's going
coach.
So he's a lock?
I think he's a lock, yeah.
Wow, that's a big lock.
How
Well
would
done.
you
That's
go-
bold.
How would you go travelling for that long with your dad, though?
Oh, you're not sitting next to each other.
Oh,
He's
no.
like, Dad, at least you can tell him, look, Dad,
Leave me
I'm going
alone?
to sit with the players, yeah.
Yeah?
Get over here, Gits.
Yeah,
Here we go,
me?
Gits.
All right.
Give us your
You're
lock.
locked in line.
Just to keep it moving, I'm going to go Blair Kinghorn.
Oh,
Again, which makes it tricky because you got Marcus Smith, Owen Farrell, and Blair who can play 10. But I just think the creativity and what he offers for Scotland.
Okay, so
he's
you
my
want to
lock.
write it in there? Blair Kinghorn. Oh, you want to write it?
Don't touch any other numbers.
Oh, he's okay. That's interesting. All right. So our 3 locked in lines. Congratulations, Marcus Smith, Owen Farrell, and Blair Kinghorn. This is, Andy Farrell will be ringing us just to get the squad list after
yeah.
this.
Well, I mean, I don't mind that either, Goy, because like you say, 2 of our 3 locks at the moment can definitely play 15 and 10.
Mm.
And so, mate, would you take...
I think at a pinch you could put Blair at 12 too, I think. And Farrell.
And Farrell, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you pick one more out and out 10?
Yeah, I think
Just around the
Finn
scope?
Russell's got to be in there. I
Yeah,
think he's
yeah.
the most consistent 10
Yeah.
in that whole.
Yeah, yeah.
And given the fact that there'll be quite a few Scottish players in there in terms of that kind of cohesion and connection.
I know, who would have thought the first 2 would be English?
well, you haven't got an Irishman in there either.
Yeah, well, they'll come.
They'll come. I mean, they're just pretty cranky at us
It's-
at the moment.
Well,
No, they're
I
cranky at
came
you.
locked in and I knew who I was going.
Okay.
And then as they were going up, I was like, maybe I should change. But I thought, no, you know what?
No. Stick to it.
Don't worry, there will be a nice tinge of green to our squad.
Beautiful. All right, there you go. There's our first 3.
There won't be much red.
Oh, you got to pick one red, guys. Are you going to...
Yeah, maybe Fellata.
Oh,
If
yeah.
he gets,
Yeah.
He played on the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have a think. All right, this is what a great
Did you want to put someone in?
Well,
I mean, we
mathematically...
We'll wipe it out, but
Mathematically, it works, doesn't it? No?
Yeah, go
Or is
Gibson Park.
Yeah, good
nice.
Can you throw that up there, a little number 9 there?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else is going to...
I thought that. Well, I was going to put Mac, but he can only strike before we lock him in.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, mate.
You're a child.
There we go.
There we go. Jameson, Gibson, Park. Have
There
to
we-
zoom in on that.
Oh,
Very, very
that
good.
was tough, man.
As
We've
in
gonna
been
get tough at the
podcasting
back
since
end.
Monday. Fuck, I'm exhausted.
well, everybody have a lovely Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too, Prof.
What are you guys going to do for it?
Me and Swoop.
No, just like you and your Valentine.
Me and the missus will. I reckon the next episode of Severance comes out on a Friday.
Oh, yeah.
As in, are you watching that?
As
on
in
Apple?
today.
Today comes out today. So we'll probably.
Is that good, is it?
Yeah, it's very good.
I thought it was a bit slow.
It's dystopian. It's like a bit quirky. You don't know what world it's in. It's pretty good. What did you say?
I said it's shit.
Your shit.
It's pretty much my day to day, mate.
I've been watching Ted Lasso. That's
Oh,
good.
it's a great show.
Oh, cool.
What are we doing,
Welcome to
Drew?
2021.
Yeah, I know, but that's what's so good.
We did it for 2, you and me.
What are you going to do for Valentine? Have you got a
I'm,
Valentine at the moment?
maybe I'll even go out to the WARATAHs.
Could be pushing to 5%. You know, he's 0 to get married.
Are you taking a young lady to the WARATAHs?
I said maybe I might go to the WARATAHs.
Yeah, but it might not be. It could be in your wording. Are you taking a lady?
Don't press me,
Okay.
fellas.
We're not going to press.
So you're
It's an
not
8%.
taking me
though.
to dinner.
Yeah, no, I'm a Swoop.
Yeah.
I gotta look after my boy.
Yeah. Good luck.
What are you doing, son?
Me, I don't really get into Valentine's Day.
Yeah. To Gia.
I don't need a special day to tell me how to treat and love my wife, so I
that
do it every day.
Oh, no, mate. That's
But do you though?
I do.
No, but like just a nice little
You make
heartfelt
us-
card.
look like
Yeah,
shit
okay.
partners.
You know what? I'll go out and buy 10 of them. And for the next 10 days, I'm going to give her a card with a different message each time.
Oh, that would.
Do you?
She'd love that.
Do you buy flowers the day after Valentine's because they're cheaper?
No.
Me either.
No. Oh, I forgot. Here's your flowers from yesterday.
Oh, you know, I got them yesterday.
Yeah.
No, sorry, babe. They're still growing.
All right. We are www.
Kickoffs and kickons.com.
Go there. It's our website. Everything you need to know on there: YouTube, TikTok, Insta, etc.
And buy a few of those Schmidt shirts because,
Yeah, buy the
He's-
Schmidt.
They'll be limited edition.
yeah.
Yeah, get them now. Get them while they're hot. I think that's all we need to say. Oh, huge guest next week. Holy dooly.
Oh.
Kidding.
No, Finn Russell.
Really?
What?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, we should have put him on the list.
No, we'll do it when he's.
We'll
when
do it while
on.
he's on.
Yeah.
Finn Russell, the Scottish number 10, will be joining us. That'll be massive. And
Was that pre-head knock that we locked him in?
yeah,
Are we still good after?
we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Finn Russell. We'll see you next week. Give us one, please.
Cuckoo! Fuck, you're annoying.
Oh, wow. That is the best video on YouTube. You know what you need to do now? You need to like and subscribe down there. Or if you want extra content, might be down there, you need to go up here or up here and get more of that gear. Thanks for supporting Kickoffs and Kick-Ons, and we will see you very soon.